Why is the president hesitating in nominating Professor Conte?
Francine, actually, I don't think that Mattarella is hesitating. He is simply doing things by the book. He has consulted the chairman, the speakers of the houses before in the earlier rounds. He wants to do the same in this final round as well. And also, let's remember that the head of state plays a decisive role in these consultations, and he wants to remind everyone that he is the one that gives the cards. But I don't see any sign of hesitation by Mattarella.
Okay, but what would the president actually ask of the new prime minister? First, does he need to get, Lega and Five Star to agree? So does he need to be a political animal, or does he just need to keep an eye on the numbers? So this is, budget spending and some of the reforms in check.
There's several things that are being asked from a prime minister these days. Let's bear in mind that we are shifting from de facto monarchy, Matteo Renzi's monarchy, in which there was only one man on charge of everything and making decisions and pushing them through parliament, to a government of proconsuls like this one, where both Salvini, the leader of the League, and Di Maio will retain a considerable clout, and the prime minister will have to be a skilled mediator, someone who will have to make sure that the government speaks with one voice. Certainly an important task, and that is, to me, today, the most important skill of the next prime minister.
Francesco, good morning. It's Guy. A skilled negotiator, a skilled manager of these parties that don't exactly see eye to eye. How long will this government last?
Difficult to say. I think that both anti-establishment parties have a very strong interest in making this happen. Of course, we should expect some pushback, and there are a number of obstacles that can be already spotted on the calendar. There is the budget session later this year, and of course the majority at the Senate is very thin. We're speaking of a lead of just 6 senators, and it's unclear whether Forza Italia, which is nominally outside the government coalition, will support the government or not. And everybody is looking at the head of state to see whether he will refuse in extreme situations to sign off bills. But I think that it's more the equilibrium in the two houses of parliament that will matter and be decisive.
Francesco, should the markets be more worried than they are? I mean, this has a whole slew of implications for, Euro integration or further European integration, and that German-French axis seems to be waning by the day.
On the one hand, there certainly is a new semantics that has never been used before, and it shouldn't come as a surprise. After all, these are two anti-establishment parties, and many of the things we read of these days have been said for months, if not years, by both the League and Five Stars. On the other hand, the fact they are putting everything in writing in the first place means that we're not up for other surprises. Personally, I think that with a coalition like this one, it would have been much worse to not have a program and then to find out day after day what their real intentions are. This way, by having a contract, the German way, so to say, we know from the very beginning what the two government partners are up to.
All right, thank you so much, Francesco Galietti, their chief executive and founder of Policy Sonar, joining us from Rome.